What if that nagging feeling of not enough is actually an invitation? Hi, I'm Esther. I'm coming to you from Switzerland. And I'm coming to you raw. No warm up, no small talk, just truth. Because something happened to me last week. Something that made me think. And I guess it might crack something open in you too. I had just spent 4 days in the mountains as a camp counselor. 15 teenagers, ages 15 and 16. Energy, noise, laughter, tears. 4 days of giving everything I had. And on the train home, the feeling crept in. Quietly, gently, like it always does. You didn't do enough. You weren't really a help. And I want you to notice something. The main teacher had thanked me. The teenagers had clapped at the end. Nobody told me I had failed. And still, that voice came. Because the wound doesn't wait for evidence. It shows up anyway. I'm 63 years old. I have done years of inner work. I know myself. I know my patterns. I know where this comes from. And it still comes back. Not because I haven't healed, but because the wound is part of me. It has a name. I have to earn my place. Maybe you know it too. Maybe for you it sounds different. Maybe it says, I have to do more. I have to be more useful. I have to prove I belong here. It's the same wound, just wearing different clothes. And the longer you've been the strong one, the helper, the giver, the responsible one, the louder that voice gets when you stop. I have been that person for decades, the one who shows up, the one who gives, the one who holds everything together. So when I stepped off the train and the camp was over, my inner critic didn't ask, did you have fun? It asked, did you do enough? Those are very different questions. And that difference, that's where everything begins. On the train, I opened my phone and I started writing. I was processing with AI, and I want to share what came up. Because sometimes the clearest mirror is the one that just reflects back what you already know. The facts were simple. The teacher thanked me. The teenagers clapped. I was invited. I cared deeply. I showed up. The evidence pointed one way. My feelings pointed another. Feelings are valid, but they are not always telling the truth. And here is what I want you to really sit with. Not all feelings are information about the present moment. Some feelings are memories, old recordings, old stories, playing on repeat. The camp didn't create my not enough feeling. The camp just pressed play on it. I need to tell you what happened next, because your feelings matter. Take them seriously, or your body will insist on it. When I got home, I was sick for 2 days, sleeping, not eating, feeling very weak. My body had carried the weight of 4 intense days, giving, being present, supporting, caring, and then immediately turned on myself with criticism. That combination, it breaks you down. When you pour everything out and then refuse to fill yourself back up, the body says, stop. This is not weakness. This is the body's intelligence. It is asking for care, not more performance. Care. There is something else I want to be honest about. At the camp, most people didn't ask me much about myself. There was one teacher who didn't know me. She asked a few questions at the beginning. The husband of one of the teachers, I talked with him quite a lot, maybe 2 real questions about me. That's it. And I noticed when I don't feel seen, the wound opens wider. Not because these people were unkind, they were busy, they were focused. It wasn't personal. But the part of me that learned early that you have to earn attention, that you have to be useful to belong, that part felt invisible. And invisible is the most ancient kind of lonely. So, if you've ever been in a room full of people and still felt completely alone, I see you. If you've ever given everything and still walked away asking, was that enough? I understand. You are not broken. You are human, and you carry an old story that was written long before you had any say in it. But here's what I want you to hear. This is the part that matters. The feeling came back, yes, even at 63, even after all the work. And you know what? It's not failure. That is the invitation. Every time the wound opens, it is asking to be heard, not ignored, not argued with, heard. Like a garden, you don't yell at the weeds. You kneel down, you get your hands in the soil, you tend. The wound coming back doesn't mean the healing didn't happen. It means the healing is still happening. And what it asked of me on that train was this. Esther, you just gave 4 days of yourself. You gave your time, your energy, your heart. Now it is time to give yourself something too. That is what I call recalibration. Not going back to zero, not starting over, just stopping, noticing, and choosing consciously to be gentle. I want to talk about the inner child for a moment, because she was in that camp with me. She is always with me. The little girl who learned to be helpful, to be useful, to make herself lovable by giving. She went up into those mountains with big energy and big heart. She poured out everything she had. And when it was over, nobody held her and said, "You were wonderful. Rest now." So I had to be that person for her. I had to come home and say, "I see you. You did well. It's okay to be tired. It's okay to need more care than usual. You gave a lot. You are allowed to receive now. That is the work, not just healing the wound once, but showing up for yourself again and again, every single time it reopens. Maybe you're listening to this and you recognize yourself. Maybe your wound has a different shape, but the feeling underneath it, that quiet, gnawing, exhausting sense of, am I enough, is one of the most universal human experiences there is. And I want you to know 3 things. 1, the fact that the feeling still comes back does not mean you're stuck. It means you're human. 2, your value is not determined by how much you contribute. It never was. You belonged before you did anything. You belong now. 3, the moments when the wound reopens, those are not setbacks. They are check-ins. Your soul tapping you on the shoulder and saying, hey, how are you doing? When did you last take care of yourself? Your sensitivity is not your weakness. It is your antenna. It picks up everything. Learn to use it. Don't let it use you. On the train, I stopped asking, did I do enough? And I started asking, did I show up with a good heart? Yes, I did. And that is the only verdict that matters. So I want to ask you the same question today. Think of something in your life right now, something where that voice is whispering, not enough, not good enough, not doing enough. Now ask yourself honestly, did I show up with a good heart? If the answer is yes, let the appreciation in. Don't argue with it. Don't explain it away. Don't say, yes, but just let it land. You don't have to earn your rest. You already earned it by showing up. And this is the work I am most passionate about. Not the self-improvement kind of work. Not the hustle harder kind of work. The coming home to yourself kind of work. The sitting with your inner child kind of work. The learning to be gentle with yourself kind of work. The recalibrating kind of work. And I want to support you in it. Right now, I'm offering a free coaching session with me. 1 hour, just you and me, in a warm, safe, completely judgment-free space. We look at what's really going on beneath the surface. We find where the old wound is keeping you stuck, and we find a way, your way, back to yourself. No pitch, no pressure, just real conversation, human to human. If you feel called, reach out. The link is in the description, or just send me a message. I would love to hear from you, because you, yes, you, deserve to be seen fully, gently, completely. I'm Esther. I'm coming to you from Switzerland, and I'll talk to you next week with so much love.